Hey, what's going on, guys? bflattened here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be going over the golden week of patch notes for 1.0. There's going to be 5 of these videos because the patch notes are so massive. So I wanted to make sure that we separated them evenly throughout the times that they were presented to us. This is going to be quite a mouthful because these patch notes are huge. I'm just going to be going over the main aspects of them, and I will send over the full information to you guys so that you can look over every piece of information in case there's something I missed that is important to you. Feel free to pause the video at any point in time if there's something you want to read as well. Might make it a lot easier. Anyways, let's go ahead right into it. So September 6th is the full release. This was the June 13th day 1 Golden Week spoiler. September 6th is when it's releasing. We know that already. They said that they wanted their players to experience surprises when they receive a new patch, really to spoil some minor features here and there when the hype is coming, but we believe that having surprises is important too. So there's going to be a lot of things that won't be mentioned until we discover them ourselves, which is great. Furthermore, there's going to be campaign progression. One of the key components of TemTem is its campaign. Our goal is to create a campaign that requires thinking and preparation for the matches. Not something ultra hard for the most hardcore players out there, but something that requires a certain amount of strategy. They've been tweaking the campaign and the progression during early access. We've ended up revisiting every area in the game and reducing the mandatory trainers by 20%. So that's actually going to be really nice because there is a lot of battles that are in there that are considered mandatory. They're also tweaking the experience curve to compensate for 20% reduction in trainers so that because there's less trainers that exist, you get compensated for the XP that you would be technically missing for that. So it looks like they're going to be changing those two up. They built into the XP formula, there's a modifier that reduces the experience gain on an over-leveled TemTem. So if something is extremely over-leveled, there's a lower modifier for them that gets tracked. And they're also creating a new formula for a new experience bonus for those who play in co-op stories. So if you want to play with a friend, that's also going to be considered and changed as well. Talking about the endgame experience farming, we're also going to tweak the defeated experience that is given to a TemTem present in the 2Y shrines, which is basically the main way to farm XP in endgame. So it's a super slog once you have like a TemTem that's like level 50 and you want to get it to 100 for like dojo rematches. So the experience that is gained in there is actually increased by 50%. That way it's not so much of a slog. The total experience gained with these Tems should be around 80% more than before, which is great. They're also reducing the amount of dialogue from the NPCs because there's like some NPCs that have like 50 dialogue options, and like you can't skip any of it or walk away from it, which is great because it could be a tad annoying at times. Upcoming changes to the Luma economy. So there's a lot of things in here. They envision Luma as a rare and exceptional thing that should only be available for the most dedicated players, or if you're lucky. Almost 60% out of the players who have completed the campaign at least have one Luma TemTem. So they are increasing the base rate for Lumas from 1 in 10,000, which is what it is right now, to 1 in 7,500. So 2,500 chances reduced. This represents a 33% boost on Luma odds and should affect every Luma-related mechanic, radar, Psypark, etc. We're also changing the stat distribution for Lumas, upping them from a minimum of 20 SVs to 25 SVs, so that you can't get like a completely trash Luma outside of its 3 perfect stats. We've also included the speed in this minimum, effectively removing the speed curse for Lumas, which is a thing that's happened a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, my Luma got speed cursed. It only has, 20 in this stat. It only has 15 in this stat, things like that. It's quite unfortunate when you get a speed curse Luma. With the inclusion of telomere bugs, the name is pretty telling, but you'll learn more about this later on in the week. We'll talk about more of that in a later video. Raiders will Raiders will have always find unevolved forms. This way you can get a whole Luma line set if you want to evolve it later. Every species of TemTem will now have the same spawn rate, 100% while using the radar. This effectively means radar spawns will be quickly, so that you don't have to wait for your 5% TEM and wait 30 minutes for a spawn. Radars will no longer have expiration dates. You'll be able to keep them in your inventory forever and use them whenever you want, so you don't have a 1-week timer. We've reduced the amount of encounters per radar from 400 to 300. Effectively, we're moving the first 100 encounters, so you won't need that many encounters before getting the Luma bonus. From now on, every encounter of a radar will have a bonus of some sort. With this reduction, you will now be able to break the radar from the first encounter. They used to give you a grace period of 50. You won't have that grace period anymore. Since radars will be purchasable, like you said, we'll find out more where on Thursday. We're removing them from the dojo leader's loot, so radars will no longer be available from the dojo radar. You can just outright buy the radar that you want to do at some point. There's another issue we're trying to solve for 1.0 regarding Lumas, specifically regarding non-OT Lumas. Lumas caught by one trader and traded to another. As you know, the hot fixes that are used to perfect the Luma cannot be used on non-OT Lumas. So the value of non-perfected Lumas have been decaying over time. We've introduced a new item called Soul Binder, which will bind a TemTem to its current owner, removing the ability to trade them anymore, but allowing telomere hot fixes and everything to be used on them. This item will be available for purchase on a new location we'll be talking about later on the week, another video. After reading multiple suggestions from the community on how to tackle the issue, we believe this is one most fitting for TemTem, and that it will help the Luma market and the players' possibilities to obtain a perfect Luma. We hope all these changes improve the overall experience of obtaining a Luma. We believe it'll make a huge impact on the Luma availability, and while we're losing a bit of the exclusivity we originally envisioned for Lumas, we are not too worried about that. We'll always have dark Lumas, right? Which is a thing that's kind of like going around the community right now, like what's a dark Luma, or are they just trolling us? We don't actually know what dark Lumas are, but there's a lot of speculation around that. That's it for today, but we'll be back tomorrow for a chat on the competitive scene and what's coming to it. So battles is going to be the highlight of next video, and that's going to be where are you? Somewhere around here. Should be right above. Oh, it's right here. Golden Week of 1.0 spoilers part 2, competitive scene and approach to PvP. That'll be in the next video. Let me know what you guys think about the first set of patch notes so far. We talked about the campaign, we talked about Luma economy, and we talked about some things regarding around what's going to be happening with radars and such. Tell me what you think. Other than that, my name is bflattened, guys. I'll let you off there. Feel free to take a gander throughout all my other TemTem videos, and there's going to be more in the future, of course. Upcoming to the September 6th launch, and also post-launch as well. I plan on streaming this game. I plan on doing like giveaways and tournaments for this game. I plan to do a lot with the release of this game because I really, really do enjoy it. So feel free to take a gander throughout the YouTubes that I've set up here. Really does help me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video for part 2 of Golden Week of Spoilers. My name is bflattened, guys, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.